Before I can tell stories about my childhood, my life, I have to tell about my dad. My dad was called Big John. Everybody called him Big John. He was about 6'3", 240 pounds in his prime, just tougher than a pine knot, never took no lip off nobody. And he was the perfect dad for a boy born like I was. And I had a good mom too, but dad was the force behind me. But dad, somewhere along the line, made up his mind that he was going to raise me to be a man, and that's what he did. But their first big challenge was how I was going to get through life and be able to walk and stuff. So somebody had told him about the Shriners Hospital. So they said told him to write him a letter and tell him my situation. So they wrote him a letter and told him that they had a boy born with no legs and wanted to know what they could do. And so they asked him to send pictures of me, and they did. And so they accepted me. So they had to take me to Chicago and leave me for 9 months without ever coming home for 9 months. They signed parental rights over, so if they had to make any decisions for me or anything. So I was up there for 9 months, and when I come out of there, walking on my first set of artificial legs. And my mom said on the way home, I just kept looking at my feet. She said, I was so proud of them legs because I'd never had any before that. And she said, I just kept looking at my feet and saying, shoes, shoes. But my dad raised me. He raised me tough and hard, but he made a man out of me. But I can remember one time I fell down, took a hard fall in the kitchen or something, and my mom's mom, my grandma, come over to pick me up, and Dad said, "Are you hurt?" And I said, "No." He said, "Leave him alone. He'll get up on his own." And she said, "I'm just going to help him up." And he said, "No." I said, "Leave him alone." She said, "You're a mean SOB." That's just the way raised me. He never babied me, never helped me do anything. You got to do it on your own. And he never let me let anybody bully me. If he even heard wind that I took any crap off anybody, he just, he wasn't going to have it. The whipping I got at home was worse than the one I might get at school or wherever I was being bullied. But he was a tough guy, always proud of me. Take me, he'd take me when I was a little bitty guy. I'd crawled around on my hands and uh, I'd swing myself with my arms, and he'd take me to. He was a contractor, a framing contractor up in Beach Grove, up around Indianapolis, and they said he'd take me up there on that jobs before I had legs, and said I'd crawl around all over them construction sites, and all the construction workers knew me and stuff. But anyway, he was the perfect dad for a boy like me.